Home side. Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sectional 39, Class 2A, Tipton Blue Devils and the Taylor Titans. Blue Devils going to wear the white uniforms. Their numerals are in blue, outlined in black, and we'll mention Taylor Titans going to wear the dark black uniforms. They're going to wear the red numerals outlined in white. And basketball here on a Tuesday evening. First game of the sectional here and hosted by the Frankton Eagles, most graciously hosted here at Frankton High School. So both teams back out on the floor, going to take some shots at their leisure. Going to work some layups, work some outside the three-point area. 1:40 left on the pregame. We'll let the public address us with the starting lineups and the national anthem. And basketball here. We got making some room up here, some good room up here. And got some cameras, got some stats being taken. And pretty good group of fans on hand tonight taking photographs. And Blue Devils going to go to their bench area, going to have a talk there with Coach Hawkins, and we'll also mention Taylor Titans. Taylor Titans going to go to their bench area. Going to talk right here with Coach Wanell. 52 seconds left. Pre-game. The official is going to walk over, visit with the bench area. to pick up a basketball. 3 officials on the floor. And we'll mention the winner of this game will play on Friday evening at 6 p.m. They'll play the Sheridan Blackhawks. Blackhawks drew the bye. And so that'll be the next opponent for one of these two teams. 17 seconds, clock rolling down. Everyone's going to stand at attention for the national anthem. And we'll listen to the public address, and we'll set this down.
Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome in any specific events. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your officials for tonight's game are Sean Lambert, Michael Nicholson, and Brad Stoner. And now before we meet tonight's team, today, please stand for the playing of the national anthem.
It's our national anthem. Getting ready for basketball. The starting lineups, we'll set this down for public address.
And now fans, welcome to game one, the Princeton section. Let's welcome Principal Brandon Gleason, Athletic Director Chris Wiley, Head Coach Robert Sludell, and the Titans of Taylor High School, who will be the guests on the scoreboard. Your reserve. No. Okay. Number 11, Benjamin Wincott. Number 21, Landon Wiley. Number 23, Wiley. Number 32, Jacob Trupla. Number 33, Marcel Chastain. And number 35, Connor Thompson. And now starting for the Titans. Number 3, Trayvon McClatchy. Number 4, Richardson Hall. Number 5, Jalen Woods. Number 10, Keyshawn Galloway. And number 12, Shane Harris. And now, fans, let's welcome Principal Greg Lynch, Athletic Director reporting for us, Head Coach Cliff Hawkins, and the Blue Devils of Tipton High School. Your reserve, number 11, number 12, Rachel McCall. Number 20, Jared Caller. Number 23, Quentin Cole. Number 32, Isaac Upperhouse. Number 33, Shaq Ridgway. And number 40, James Swart. And as the starters for the Blue Devils, number 2, Quentin Caller. Number 3, Brady Carpenter. Number 4, Quinn Smith. Number 5, Sid Quigley. And number 21, Williams, wide out.
Those are the starting lineups. 8 minutes on the game clock. First quarter. Blue Devils are going to break from their huddle. Taylor Titans around the center circle. The jump center, it's going to be for the Blue Devils, Grady Carpenter. You're going to jump it up against number 12, Javion Harris. Tip is tall. It's finally tipped. They're going to re-tip it. It was a pretty tall tip. It wasn't a clean tip from the get-go. They're going to jump it up again. They're going to keep 2 seconds off the clock. They're going to tip it to the backside. Picked up by Aller, Peyton Aller to Grady Carpenter. Carpenter in the front court. Elbow, left side. He'll bring it back out. Sam Quigley. Quigley around the perimeter. Quinn Smith. Now Peyton Aller on the dribble back out to Quigley. He'll work it in. Grady Carpenter. Fadeaway jumper wouldn't go. Rebound. Put back is good. Landon Spidell for 2. First possession, Blue Devils. 2-point nothing. 2-point lead. 7:30 on the game clock. Taylor Titans going to get the ball in the front court. Working in the front court there. That's 5. Working it back around is Jalen Wooten. They'll work it underneath. Underneath, they get to Javion Harris. He'll pick up the basketball and he'll bring it back to the timeline. He'll bring it back out top. They'll reset the offense with number 10, Keyshawn Galloway. Works to the left side, back and forth, touches the hands of Drew McClatchy. Now left side, Christian Hall, outside the arc. Shot on the way, wouldn't go. Shot taken there by 3, Drew McClatchy. Ball's tipped out of bounds. It's going to be last touch by the Blue Devils. It's going to be brought in right to the bucket on the baseline by Taylor. That's number 10, Keyshawn Galloway. They'll toss it in. Deep behind the arc, Drew McClatchy. He'll work a right side, Christian Hall. Work it back around right side, Javion Harris. Still working left side, just inside the 3-point line. Tip it back around on the dribble. 3, Drew McClatchy. In the paint, he's going to absorb a foul. Foul's going to be whistled on the Blue Devils. It's going to be the first foul in the ball game. Foul's going to be whistled on number 2, Peyton Aller. He has 1. Ball's going to be brought in left of the bucket on the baseline. Tossed in. Working it back around. Javion, take that back. That was Drew McClatchy. Back around left side with the basketball. Touch the hand. Keyshawn Galloway. They'll move it around. They go to the perimeter baseline. They'll bring it back out. Going to be tipped to the backcourt. Tipped by Aller. Retrieved by Christian Hall of Taylor. They're going to call a traveling violation on Hall. He took that extra step and then he passed the ball. Going to give the ball back to Tipton. And they brought in, left the bucket, Quinn Smith. Now Grady Carpenter going to trot to the timeline. They'll take a right side, outside the arc, Sam Quigley. Quigley around the perimeter, outside Quinn Smith. We're going to back to Landon Spidell out top. Going to be a foul whistle. Foul whistled on tape. We're going to whistle this foul on number 12, Javion Harris. Harris picks up his first foul in the ball game. Both teams with 1 here in the first quarter. 6:11 left here in the first quarter. It's happening in backcourt, picked up by Grady Carpenter. In the front court now, working against him is McClatchy. Going to go baseline, just long off the rim. Wouldn't go for Grady Carpenter. Baseline jumper back the other direction. Javion Harris. Outside, they'll reset the offense, get it back to Javion. Javion Harris going to take a shot. Shot long off the rim, wouldn't go with 3-point area. Back the other direction, Sam Quigley. Quigley going to go off the glass on a layup, couldn't get it. Ball back the other direction. Javion Harris going to go coast to coast. He'll take a shot blocked by Landon Spidell. Going back the other direction. Going to be a block shot at the other end. That's Javion Harris with a block shot of Aller's shot, Peyton Aller. They'll work it down low. Going to be stolen in the paint right underneath the bucket. That was number 4, Quinn Smith for Tipton. Back the other direction. Crossover dribble. Grady Carpenter lost the handle. Going to go back the other way. And Galloway's going to go up for a shot off the glass. 2-point bucket is good. That was Keyshawn Galloway. The 2-2 contest. They're going to call a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. And we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you tonight by Hope Jewelers. Hope Jewelers Tipton. Precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold, and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton. They're located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton. You can reach them by phone at 765-675-9720. That's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. Ball's going to be brought in backcourt. Quinn Smith tosses it in. Grady Carpenter going to survey the defense as he walks to the timeline. Right side of the bucket, or right side of the court. They're working left side now. Working against him, Drew McClatchy. They'll work it to Peyton Aller. Around the perimeter, touches the hands. Sam Quigley. Quigley being guarded right there by Galloway. They'll work it right side. Quinn Smith back pedal dribble. He'll pass it near the corner. Going to dribble in. That's Landon Spidell back out. They'll get it to three. That's Grady Carpenter. Carpenter going to dribble in. He'll pick up the dribble. Lost the handle. Going to go back the other direction. On the pass, it's intercepted off the glass. 2-point bucket. Good. Credit the bucket. Christian Hall of Taylor. The 4-2 contest. Taylor in front. Way outside the arc. Stationary. Now he'll dribble. Peyton Aller works it right side. Behind the arc. 3-point shot. Quinn Smith wouldn't go. Rebound. Peyton Aller. He'll go back up for the shot. And I couldn't get the shot away, but going to be blocked. He actually released the basketball. He'll shoot two. So fouls whistle on Christian Hall. He has one in the contest. Team foul number 2. Peyton Aller at the foul line. He gets the first one. Substitutions in the ball game. We're going to see Grayson McFalls in for Tipton. Taking a breather is Quinn Smith. In the ball game for Taylor is 32. Jacob Trueblood. Taking a breather is 5. Jalen Wooten. Second shot rims around, falls in. 4-4 contest. Early going, 4:08 left here in the first quarter. Full court pressure being administered. Now they'll back up back up half court line. They'll work at left side. It's Taylor. Trueblood. They'll work it to Galloway. Galloway tries a chest pass to Christian Hall. It's going to be tipped and intercepted by Tipton. Back the other direction with the basketball. Grady Carpenter way outside the 3-point line. Going to dribble in. Elbow left side. He'll dribble into Payne. He'll take a shot. He'll get the bucket. They'll count it. Almost a continuation, but they'll count the bucket. He'll get one more. They're going to whistle this foul on number 3, Drew McClatchy. McClatchy picks up his first foul in the ball game. 3 fouls here in the first quarter on Taylor. 1 foul thus far on Tipton here in the first quarter. 1 shot for Grady Carpenter. First shot short off the rim. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Landon Spidell. Out to Quigley. Quigley spin move in the paint. Back to Landon Spidell. Shot off the glass. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Peyton Aller back out. Sam Quigley. Now back out top. Grady Carpenter. Carpenter working left side. He's going to dribble baseline. He's going to pick up a double team. They'll relax now. Working in the paint. Some bumping going on. No foul called. And Grady Carpenter hook shot in the paint. Got the bucket. And they're going to call a traveling violation in the backcourt on Taylor. 3:17 left here in the first quarter. 8-4 contest. Tipton in front. Going to work it in. Going to be stolen. Going back the other way. Christian Hall makes a steal on the inbound. They'll work it the other direction. 2-point bucket good. Number 10, Keyshawn Galloway. 8-6 contest. Working through the front court. Grady Carpenter back to Sam Quigley. They'll bounce it in. Ball's off the hands of Landon Spidell. And a substitution back in the ball game. There's going to be number 5, Jalen Wooten. Going to be brought in from the backcourt, Javion Harris. They'll get it into Galloway. That's Keyshawn Galloway. They'll work it back and forward, try to break the press, and they will with McClatchy and Galloway. They'll work it to Javion Harris. Right side with the basketball. With the basketball is 3, Drew McClatchy. Out top, working the basketball well behind the arc. Galloway back to McClatchy. They'll work to Trueblood. Trueblood dribble once. He'll work it back around the perimeter outside the arc. Going to go baseline, Javion Harris. Picking him up defensively was Landon Spidell. Going to be a pass and a stolen by Aller. Aller gets the steal and pushed it up ahead. Sam Quigley couldn't get the layup, going back the other direction. Javion Harris. Javion Harris, first shot wouldn't go, got his own board, put it back up, couldn't get the second one. Rebound, Grady Carpenter. Working up ahead, Grayson McFalls picks it up left side of the lane, right underneath the bucket, and he'll absorb a foul. And the foul's going to be whistled on Taylor. They're going to whistle this one on 32, Jacob Trueblood. Trueblood has won in the contest. That's going to bring it in right the bucket on the baseline. Sam Quigley bounces it in, back behind the arc. That's Peyton Aller. Now back to Grady Carpenter. Works to the left side. Sam Quigley. 2:05 left. First quarter. 8-6 contest. Tipton by 2. We're going to run the perimeter. Sam Quigley. Pick up a screen. Not going to use it from Grayson McFalls. Back out top. Grady Carpenter. Carpenter going to dribble in. The pain. He'll knock it back out. 3-point shot good. Right elbow extended. Credit the bucket. Sam Quigley. 11-6 contest. Tipton by 5. Working in the front court. Basically going to be a shot taken at the free throw line. Shot wouldn't go. Trying to save the basketball. Where it went out of bounds. Couldn't quite save it. Drew McClatchy. Back in the ball game for Taylor. Going to be number 4, Christian Hall. Also back in the ball game is Jacob Trueblood. Taking a breather is number 12, Javion Harris. 1:33 left. Ball's going to be brought in. They're going to check at the scores bench. They're going to work it right there. Ball's talking something over there at the scores bench. 1:33 left, and we do thank you for tuning in. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Going to be brought in backcourt, side court. Landon Spidell. Tossed in, Grady Carpenter. He'll walk it to the timeline. Going to be met at the timeline by Drew McClatchy. Going to pick up a screen, Grayson McFalls. He'll work it back to the corner. 3-point shot in the air, off the rim, wouldn't go. That was Sam Quigley. Rebound, Grayson McFalls. He'll save it, get it back out behind the arc to Peyton Aller. Back pedal dribble. They'll work it right side. Landon Spidell, handoff, Grady Carpenter. 1:07 left. On the dribble, Grady Carpenter working against McClatchy. They'll pick it up to the baseline. They'll work it back to Sam Quigley in the paint. Lost the handle, going back the other direction. Christian Hall. Hall going to lay one up and in. 2-point bucket. 11-8 contest. Blue Devils by 3. Going to walk through the timeline, Grady Carpenter. Carpenter working it left side. Peyton Aller. Aller works in an elbow, right elbow, Landon Spidell. They're working back out, outside the arc. 3-point shot off the rim, wouldn't go. Peyton Aller, rebound, Landon Spidell. We're working back to Grady Carpenter. Right of center, 3-point shot, good. 25 seconds left. 14-8, 6-point leader are the Blue Devils. Bring it from the backcourt. Keyshawn Galloway. Back to Christian Hall. Now Galloway across the timeline, pick up the dribble. Going to be a timeout called by Taylor. Taylor Titan's going to call a 60-second timeout. And we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling. Call them at 765-292-2315 or visit them on their website, RutledgeWellDrilling.com. That's in Atlanta, Indiana, west of Atlanta, west of Highway 19, State Road, I should say. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. Rutledge Well Drilling. So first horn sounds, first buzzer. 13.4 seconds left here in the first quarter. 14-8, Blue Devils by 6. And work their way back on the floor. Second buzzer. And can be brought in slightly in the front court. Taylor in front of the scores bench. Javion Harris. They'll toss it in. Keyshawn Galloway across the timeline. Out top, they'll work the left side. Christian Hall back to Galloway. Drew McClatchy with the basketball. Out top, being guarded by Peyton Aller. They'll go to the corner. Baseline jumper, three-point shot wouldn't go. Taken there by Keyshawn Galloway. Shot at the buzzer from half court. Grady Carpenter wouldn't go. And that'll complete 1 quarter of play at the end of 1 quarter. Tipton Blue Devils 14. Taylor Titans 8. And we'll also mention this game is in parts being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only, to browse around. They're located at 1740 South Penn Street, Noblesville, Indiana. Trophies, awards, plaques, and more. Fast turnaround. Prices are low. Prices are so low, you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by phone at 317-773-7391. It's Noblesville Trophies in Noblesville. So I'm going to ask the guys back out on the floor. Second quarter, first buzzer sounds. Pretty good atmosphere here. Cheerleaders on hand, spirit section. 8 minutes on the game clock. Going to be brought in from half court. Alternate possession arrow. Going to give it to Taylor. It's going to be brought in by Javion Harris. He'll toss it in. Keyshawn Galloway in the front court. Works the right side. Christian Hall tipped on a pass there. Back to Galloway. Tipped by Peyton Aller. Stationary dribble out top near the center circle. Keyshawn Galloway working around the perimeter. Works at left side. Drew McClatchy. Out top with the basketball on the dribble. Keyshawn Galloway will pull over right there. Drew McClatchy out top, out center. They get it to Keyshawn. Working right there. They're working to Galloway. They'll go outside the arc. They go to the corner with it. Take the baseline shot, baseline pass there was Javion Harris. Going to work it in the paint. 2-point shot, good. Floater in the paint. That was Drew McClatchy for 2 with the 14-10 contest. 7-12 left here in the second quarter here at Frankston High School. First game of the sectional 39, Class 2A. Out top of the basketball, they're working behind the arc. Working it back around. Peyton Aller back to Grady Carpenter into the center circle. Picks up the screen from Grayson McFalls. Uses it. He'll work back in. They'll go outside the arc. They go to the corner. Peyton Aller back to Sam Quigley. 3-point shot on the way. Long off the rim. Long 3-point shot would go for Grady Carpenter. Bounced around. Finally picked up by Sam Quigley. He's going to end up with the basketball out of bounds. And they're going to give the ball back to Taylor. Javion Harris is going to bring it in. Keyshawn Galloway on the dribble. Will be picked up in three-quarter court. Peyton Aller and Sam Quigley. We're going to cross the timeline. Back pedal dribble, Drew McClatchy. They'll work it in outside the arc. Going to dribble in. Going to be a reach in. Going to be a steal. Steal there by Grady Carpenter. Knocks the ball free in the front court now. Sam Quigley. Out top free throw line. And working back to Peyton Aller. Back out top. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Sam Quigley. Back the other direction. Shot the free throw line. Rims around. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by Javion Harris. Now offensive rebound in the front court. Christian Hall. Christian Hall picks up the dribble. Left elbow. They'll work it back out. They'll reset the offense with Drew McClatchy. Drew McClatchy working out top. Nearly bumped into teammate there. Keyshawn Galloway. They'll spread the offense. Back to Galloway left side. Back to Christian. Christian Hall. They're going to go baseline. Baseline shot off the glass. Defense was good. Grady Carpenter. Intimidation there. Drew McClatchy couldn't get the shot to go. And the Blue Devils throw it up ahead and throw it out of bounds underneath their own bucket. So back in the ball game is 32. Jacob Trueblood taking a breather is 5. Jalen Wooten. So they bring the ball in, ride the bucket on the baseline. Be brought in by Javion Harris. He'll toss it in. Keyshawn Galloway. Three-quarter court pressure. Loose pressure by the Blue Devils. We'll break it across the timeline. In the front court with the basketball. It's number 12, Javion Harris. Javion Harris out top. Stationary dribble. He'll work right there. Defending him just for a moment there. Sam Quigley. He'll work left side. Spin move. Going to work it out in the paint. Shot Javion Harris. Shot wouldn't go. Reaching down. Picking up his own board. They go off the glass. He'll get the bucket. Javion Harris for 2. Left side of the glass in the paint. 5:06 left here in the second quarter. 14-12. 2-point advantage for Tipton. We're going to see the front court. In the front court there, Sam Quigley. Peyton Aller works it out top. Grady Carpenter going to pick up a screen from Grayson McFalls, and he'll use it. He'll dribble in. Grady Carpenter, he goes short off the glass, right-handed hook shot outside the paint. Going to go back the other direction. Shot off the glass, got the bucket. Shot taken and made by Keyshawn Galloway. Going to tie the ball game at 14. 4:37 left. Going to be a timeout called by the Blue Devils. And we thank you for tuning in. And we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. When you're thinking about residential or corporate relocations, Lisa Stokes Bear would like nothing more than to utilize her 26 years of experience to help you begin that process. Real estate agent and a real estate broker strives for such as Lisa Stokes Bear. Your happiness and her success are two of the same. Contact Lisa Stokes Bear by cellular phone or by text message 317-513-4086. Ball's going to be brought in from the backcourt. Blue Devils tossed in, Landon Spidell. Going to bring it to the timeline. Peyton Aller working against him. Christian Hall. They'll bounce it right side. Sam Quigley back out top with the basketball. Grady Carpenter, right side. Behind the arc. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Javion Harris. Going to be a bump ball in the front court there. Off the shin of the Taylor Titans. Picked up. Loose ball by Grady Carpenter. Carpenter going hard to the hoop there. Couldn't get the shot away, but he actually released the shot. He'll shoot 2. Nope, they're going to call it out of bounds. They're going to say it was a double check. Yep, they're going to give him shots as the official awaits a timeout. An entry there back in the ball game for Taylor is Jalen Wooten. Going to be brought in right at the bucket by the Blue Devils, Grady Carpenter. He'll toss it in. Back pedal drill behind the arc, Peyton Aller. Outside the arc, Sam Quigley. Left side behind the 3-point line. Shot off the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound out there, controlled by Taylor. Jalen Wooten with the rebound. Javion Harris. Harris right side out top. They're working in. Drive the lane. Keyshawn Galloway. Galloway took an underhanded shot off the glass. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he'll get 2. The intimidation factor right there with number 12, Grayson McFalls. Grayson McFalls going to pick up the foul. He'll pick up 1. He's got 1 in the ball game. That's 1 foul each side here in the second quarter. Keyshawn Galloway's first shot wouldn't go. Back in the ball game for Tipton is Quinn Smith. Taking a breather is 21, Landon Spidell. 3:48 left here in the second quarter. 14-14. Keyshawn Galloway going to shoot his second. Second shot is good. Keyshawn Galloway, 1 of 2. It's a 15-14 contest. Taylor Titans in front. Crossing the timeline, Sam Quigley. Works it behind the arc, Grady Carpenter. Working it back around outside the center, right of the center circle. That's Sam Quigley. They work it right side, well behind the arc. Peyton Aller. Now back out Quinn Smith. Shot in the air. 3-point shot good. Left elbow extended. Grady Carpenter for 3. 17-15. Blue Devils by 2. 3:18 on the game clock. Over to the front court. Javion Harris. Right elbow. They'll work it back behind the arc. Going to dribble in. Keyshawn Galloway. He'll bring it back out, going high to get the basketball. High point right there with Christian Hall. Back to Keyshawn Galloway. Outside the arc, he'll fake a shot. He'll dribble around Javion Harris. Harris going to drive the paint. He'll go off the glass. Left-handed layup is good. 17-17. 2:52 on the game clock, second quarter. Crossing the timeline with a pass to Quigley. Quigley on the dribble, back out top. Peyton Aller to Quinn Smith, back to Quigley. Quigley going to dribble in. He'll go baseline. Lost the handle. They're going to call a foul. They're going to foul him on the baseline. Ball ends up out of bounds. And the foul's going to be whistled on Taylor. So foul's going to be whistled on number 12, Javion Harris. He'll pick up his second foul in the ball game. And we're going to have sub in the ball game for Taylor. It's going to be number 21, Landon Wiley. Landon Wiley in the ball game. Javion Harris going to take a breather. Going to work it left of the bucket on the baseline. Be brought in by Grady Carpenter. Being guarded on the inbound by Trueblood. 3-point shot outside the arc. Right corner wouldn't go. That was Sam Quigley. Back the other direction. Christian Hall. Crossover. Cut off immediately by Quinn Smith. And they'll go get the ball back. Christian Hall back out top on the dribble. Keyshawn Galloway. He'll pick up the basketball straight away, 16 feet away. He'll get the ball back and he'll get a new dribble out the center circle. Galloway works to the left side. Christian Hall. Now working back around. Touches the hands. Landon Wiley. They're working outside the arc. Jacob Trueblood. He'll get the ball outside the arc on the dribble. Faking a shot, pass inside. Christian Hall out top. Keyshawn Galloway. Right there. Keyshawn Galloway gets the ball back. They'll work the right side on the dribble. Christian Hall. Now Jacob Trueblood. 1:48 on the game clock. A little deliberate on this approach here. Out top of the basketball. Working it back around. Picks up the dribble inside the arc. Jacob Trueblood. He'll work it out again. Dribbling it in. He'll bring it back out. Galloway. Touch the hands briefly there. Jalen Woot. They'll work it back out center circle. Left side, Christian Hall. They'll go the corner with it. Wooten on the dribble. Back to Galloway. Thought about a three. They'll get it back to Wooten behind the arc. Defense converges. Blue Devils run the zone very nicely. Working out top. They're working out top with the basketball on the dribble crossover. Galloway gets the ball tipped. It didn't go across the timeline. He could have retrieved it, picked up the basketball near the center circle. So they'll reset the offense. 1:05 left. Working left side on the dribble. Wiley going to work it back in on the dribble. Going to go off the glass. 2-point bucket. Good. Credit the bucket. Christian Hall. 2-point bucket. 19-17. Taylor by 2. Working in the front court. Out top, Grady Carpenter. Carpenter works the right side. Sam Quigley. 38 seconds left. We're working back to Quigley. Quigley going to go inside the arc. Kick it outside. Shot in the air, short off the rim. Quinn Smith. Shot wouldn't go. Back the other direction. Christian Hall tries a left-handed shot off the glass, and it's recycled by Grady Carpenter. So substitutions back in the ballgame for Tipton is Landon Spidell. Also back in the game, Javion Harris. Can be brought in, ride the bucket on the baseline. Keyshawn Galloway. Tosses it in softly over the 3-point area. Out top center circle. Calling out the play is Christian Hall. 18 seconds left. Second quarter, 19-17. Taylor by 2. Out top of the basketball. He'll dribble around. Out top, Keyshawn Galloway. Galloway in the paint. He'll float one up. Going to be a block shot. Credit that block shot, Landon Spidell. Outside the arc, 3-point shot would go. But he'll shoot 3. Grady Carpenter going to shoot 3 on that shot. Will be brought. So he's going to shoot 3. Javion Harris going to pick up his third foul in the ballgame. 0.8 seconds left. Here in the second quarter at the free throw line, going to be Grady Carpenter. He'll have 3. First shot, rims around, wouldn't go. He'll get 2 more. So we're gonna have a halftime guest setting up here now. Second shot, good. Grady Carpenter had 1 more shot, 19-18. 1-point advantage for Taylor. Third shot is good. Got 2 of 3. Ties the ball game at 19. 0.8 left. Going to be brought in. Keyshawn Galloway, no shot. He just entries the basketball and he'll hold it for halftime. And at the end of the first half, Tipton Blue Devils 19, Taylor Titans 19. We're going to visit right now with the head football coach of the Tipton Blue Devils. We're going to talk to Mr. Aaron Toll. We're going to unplug here. One moment, please. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Coach.
Good to see you. Great night for basketball. It's always a great time of year. Kids at school are always excited. It's always love sectional week at the high school.
I tell you what, Coach, last time we met, we didn't talk a whole lot about football. You thought it'd be a good idea to talk about your team. I tell you what, I looked some guys coming back, but I look over here, Tipton football head coach, after 20 years. I mean, that's doing pretty good. 143 and 86. Getting ready to start your 21st season. What's your outlook on the 21st season?
Well, I think last year, we got things back on track last year. We're 7-5, played for a sectional championship. So kind of put ourselves in a spot where we're used to being. Certainly not satisfied. So I think we've got a lot of key parts coming back. We lose some good players. But you lose good players every year, and it's our job to develop our younger kids over the off season. I think we've got 12 or 13 starters back, so we got some experience, but we'll have some youth that we've got to bring along here. But I think, as always, our aspirations are very, very high. We want to compete at a high level in a very good Hoosier conference and win the sectional at the end of the year.
Coach, I went ahead and backtracked. I do some study, and I looked back, and the winningest coaches in the state of Indiana, it's no longer Mr. Bud Wright. Bud Wright has retired, but I'll mention in the front right now with that's Russ Radke. Russ Radke, winningest coach, 413 wins, 158 losses, 72.3.
1-0 against Russ Radke, right? You knew that? Russ Radke coached Griffith in 1994, and my dad beat them by 1 point at our place in the semi-state to go to the state finals. Coach Stoker has a great story about that game. So it came down to a 2-point conversion. We were up 1 point, timeout, and they decided to go for 2 to win the game. Coach Stoker goes out to the defensive huddle, and he comes over and tells my dad. Dad goes, "So what are we doing?" He goes, "Well, if they pass, we're in deep trouble because I blitzed all 11 guys. Corner blitz off the edge. We made a tackle and went to the state finals that year. So that's our one experience with Russ Radke. But he's won a lot of games, no doubt."
Well, make this brief. Mike Gillen, pretty good friends with Coach Larry Bud Wright. He's in second place, 70.8% winning percentage, 368 wins. And your friend, and he's 36 years, that's Jeff Adamson, 319 wins, 75% winning percentage.
I don't have a negative thing to say about Jeff Adamson. He's a great friend. He's a mentor. We were just talking a couple weeks ago. I mean, it's whenever our two teams play, I think they're always great high school football games, and we're just always really impressed with how hard the other team plays against in that ball game. So great coach, great friend. Have the utmost respect for him.
Coach, I also have written down here some returning guys. I think pretty much all of them. We'll start at number 2. He's going to be the returning quarterback, 6'1", about 170. Quinn Toll, going to be a sophomore.
Got some valuable experience last year. Threw for 1,000 yards, ran for another 300. But I think the biggest thing is he got experience on Friday night. Probably the thing I was most impressed with was he didn't back down to the pressures or the speed of varsity football. So I think he is going to have a chance to thrive this year with putting that experience together with another year of maturity, another year in the weight room. I think he can certainly be a building block.
We'll talk about number 10. Number 10, Zach Emberton. He's a sophomore, going to be a sophomore football, but he excels in wrestling.
Zach is I told him in the weight room the other day, it's my prediction that he's going to be one of our most improved football players on the entire team. He has a great attitude right now. He is working his tail off, and he's going to make himself into a football player. He's going to be very valuable, both as a wide receiver and in our secondary.
Where's number 14? He plays basketball in the JV. He's going to be a sophomore. Dakota Garman, 6'2", 170. Has real good hands.
Dakota's got a lot of experience first 2 years. I look for him to have a breakout year this year. If you've watched Tipton play for a number of years, he reminds a lot of us coaches of Nate Powell, who is an all-state football player for us. I think Dakota Garman has a lot of the same traits, and I think he's going to have a breakout year this year.
43, he'll be a senior. Chase Hussey, a huge contributor, didn't get a full season in this year. Hopefully he will next.
Chase was an all-conference football player as a sophomore, so he's going to be a huge building block. He's going to, his older brother has run our defense for the last 3.5, maybe even 4 years. Next year it's Chase's defense. So he's going to be where it starts. And, he's one of those guys that he's like a Swiss Army knife. He can play. It was one of the biggest things that hurt us early in the year last year was he can play so many positions. He can play fullback. He can play tight end. He can play inside linebacker. He can play outside linebacker. And when he was hurt early on, that took away a lot of our flexibility. So look for a huge year out of Chase this year.
Brady Henderson wears 56. O-line, D-line, he paid dividends on defense.
Brady got a ton of experience last year. He played both defensive line and inside linebacker when Chase was hurt. I think he's a really strong, fast, aggressive athlete. He's one of those guys that we have to find a place for him to play on our defense, wherever it may be.
Big 65 Jack Roach, 6'4", 270. After his senior year, do you think he'll play college ball?
He's certainly looking at it. He has the physical size. He's putting in all the work. I think he turned the corner last year. I think if he will improve as much from his junior to senior year as he did from his sophomore to junior year, he's going to get paid to play some college football somewhere for sure. But he's going to be our most experienced, our best offensive lineman. He's going to be the leader up there for sure, no doubt.
71, Andrew Hawkins got big-time minutes as a freshman.
I think you're thinking of Nathan, his older brother. Nathan's his older brother. And you're right. He was another all-conference football player for us as a sophomore. Started both ways, started on our offensive and defensive line. Got some great experience last year, and I think, again, as good as he was last year, I think he's going to really blossom to even better this year.
You got them 3 receivers, 81 Joe Clouser. He'll be a senior. And I should say, senior. 84 Ridgeway, Zach Ridgeway. And Jaron Aller, also he'll be a tight end. He'll catch some footballs. And you tell me that in the weight room, you guys work hard in the weight room, even for the gentlemen that play the winter sports.
We've got it kind of designed right now to where Tipton High School has to thrive on multi-sport athletes. So people have to understand that. So when my guys are playing basketball or they're playing baseball and they can't be in the weight room after school, we've got to get it done somehow. So we've got it designed where most of them, if they're in season, they come in right after or right before their lunch hour, and we try to get their lifting in during the school day, so after school they can play other sports.
Coach, I'm going to mention head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers, Mr. Woodson, 18-11, 13-4 at home. Much better the last couple weeks. I think they've won 4 in a row. They've got a huge ball game tonight out at Oregon, but they're much more fun to watch play right now. They're playing defense. Love Trey Galloway, what he brings to the table. Just does a little bit of everything. So I think bottom line, he's a winner, and I think Anthony Leal's a winner, and I think Goody's a winner, and they're from Indiana, and they care about the name on the front of their chest, not the back. And I think the rest of the team's kind of falling in line, and we're reaping the benefits right now. Hey, before they toss the ball in, Terry Francona going to lead the Cincinnati Reds.
Best manager in Major League Baseball. So I'm looking for huge things out of the Reds this year.
Thanks, sir. So they're going to have second half. Getting ready to toss the ball in. It's going to be tossed in by the Blue Devils. Tipton Blue Devils. Peyton Aller going to toss it in. Slightly backward on the dribble. Bring it to the timeline. That's number 5, Sam Quigley. Working against him defensively is Keyshawn Galloway. We're working the left side with the basketball. Triple threat. He'll dribble, backpedal dribble. That's Quinn Smith. Working against him is Javion Harris. He'll bounce it left side. Triple threat. He'll dribble in. Brady Carpenter in the paint. He'll work it down low. Shot was recycled. Landon Spidell took the shot. Recycled by Wooten. Back the other direction. From the corner, going to step in. 2-point shot on the way. Good. Threat at the bucket. Keyshawn Galloway. 7:20 on the game clock. 21-19. Taylor by 2. In the front court, on the dribble, back pedal dribble. Number 5, Sam Quigley. Works it in. 3-point area. Grady Carpenter back to Quigley. Quigley shot, 3-point line. The land wouldn't go. Rebound, Javion Harris. We're working to the front court. Drew McClatchy. We'll work it back out. Reset the offense. Holds that pivot foot. It's Christian Hall. Works to the left side. Javion Harris. Elbow. Left side. Shot in the paint. Threat at the bucket. It's number 10, Keyshawn Galloway. We're going to see the timeline. In the front court, we're going to reset this. We'll replug back in here in just a moment. 6:34 on the game clock. Out top of the basketball on the dribble, Grady Carpenter. Crossover dribble and working the paint. Take a shot, floater in the paint, wouldn't go. Javion Harris. So they work the ball back in the front court. On the dribble, Drew McClatchy. McClatchy, slow dribble out near the center circle. Now to the timeline. Stationary dribble. Going to ask Peyton Aller come out, play defense. Get within 6 feet of him. On the dribble out top. Spin move, center circle. 5:58 left here in the third quarter. 23-19. Taylor by 4. We're going to left side near the steal. Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller's going to get it loose again. It's going to be stolen by Sam Quigley. Quigley got his shot recycled. Ball came right back down in his hands. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong in the front court with the Blue Devils. 5:41 left, going to be brought in. Side court. Opposite the scores bench. Halfway in the front court by Quigley. They'll toss it in. Grady Carpenter. Quinn Smith around the perimeter. Left side, Peyton Aller. Back out, Grady Carpenter on the dribble. Going to pick up a double team. They'll pass out top of the circle. Peyton Aller. Back to Quinn Smith. We'll go baseline. Landon Spidell. Cross-court pass to the corner. 3-point shot good. Sam Quigley. 23-22. Taylor by 1. Going to work it in the front court. On the dribble, going to dribble in. Christian Hall picks up the dribble. Works it in the paint. Ball's loose. Picked up by Javion Harris. Harris from the left elbow. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Taylor. Credit the board. Jalen Wooten. Wooten couldn't get his second shot. And then Drew McClatchy tries a shot. Wooten gets a third rebound in the stanza. They work it out top. 3-point land. Wouldn't go. Keyshawn Galloway. Back the other direction. Grady Carpenter. Carpenter left-handed off the glass. Soft off the glass. 2-point bucket. 24-23. Tipton by 1. On the dribble in the paint. He'll pop a 12-footer. Got it. Left-handed floater. Keyshawn Galloway. Galloway for 2. It's 25-24. Taylor Titans by 1. Going to work it to the front court. Grady Carpenter to Sam Quigley. Picks up there. On the dribble. Keyshawn Galloway. On the dribble. He'll keep the dribble alive. They'll stand. They'll pass right side. Well behind the arc. Grady Carpenter. Being guarded by Drew McClatchy. And Drew McClatchy going to be called for the foul. It's going to be the first foul here in the third quarter. On Taylor, the foul's whistled. On Drew McClatchy, he has 3 in the ball game. Blue Devils going to check back in with number 12, Grayson McFalls. Taking a breather is Quinn Smith. Going to bring the ball in side court. In the front court, he'll toss it to the back court. Grady Carpenter, Sam Quigley. Cross the timeline. Working against him loosely there is Christian Hall. He'll work at right side, Peyton Aller. Being guarded by Keyshawn Galloway. They're working around the perimeter. Works it left side with the basketball. That's number 5, Sam Quigley. Quigley works it down low off the hands. Couldn't quite grab it. Goes out of bounds. Pretty swift pass from Quigley. Going to be brought in from the backcourt. Javion Harris. Now Keyshawn Galloway going to walk it to the timeline. Grady Carpenter going to defend in the backcourt. Crossover dribble. Galloway. He'll work it down low. Christian Hall. Ball slipped away. Finally picked up. Loose basketball picked up by Drew McClatchy. They'll work the dribbling exhibition out top. They'll work it around left side. Javion Harris. Javion Harris, 3-point shot. Right elbow extended. Wouldn't go. Rebound out of there. Grady Carpenter. 3:26 left here in the third quarter. On the dribble. Outside the arc. 3-point shot. Short off the rim. Sam Quigley. Going to be stolen at half court. They're going to call over and back. They're going to call over and back. They're going to converse right there. The ball was loose in half court. Grayson McFalls dove for it on his stomach. And he didn't slide. He did not slide. But on his stomach, they're going to call a traveling violation. Because he didn't slide. Bounced on the basketball. 3:16 left here in the third quarter. 25-24. 1-point advantage for the Titans. Can be brought in half court from the scores bench. Javion Harris. Now Drew McClatchy. Short pass being guarded by Sam Quigley. Back to Javion Harris in the paint. And they're going to call a jump ball. Javion Harris entered the paint. They held that ball low when it's going to be a jump ball. An alternate possession arrow is going to be brought in. They're going to give the ball to Taylor. Left of the bucket on the baseline. Keyshawn Galloway going to enter the basketball. Drew McClatchy in the corner. He'll dribble around the perimeter. He'll reverse, and he'll bring it back out as he reverses again out top of the basketball. Left side, Christian Hall. Bring it back around, Jalen Wooten. Blue Devils playing tight defense. Elbow. Right side, going to take a shot. Grayson McFall is going to block the shot of Drew McClatchy in the paint. 2:46 left. Third quarter, 25-24. 1-point advantage for Taylor. They work it down, elbow. They work it down low on the block. Grayson McFall couldn't hold it. Going back the other direction. Christian Hall tries a layup left side. Recycled by Grady Carpenter. Carpenter with the block. They'll work it through the front court. Outside the arc. 3-point shot good. Grady Carpenter well behind the arc. Left to elbow extended. 27-25 Blue Devils by 2. 2:16 on the game clock. Going to be in the paint. Going to call a foul. Going to be 2 shots awarded to number 12 at Javion Harris. He'll shoot 2. They're going to whistle this foul on number 5, Sam Quigley. He has 1. Javion Harris, first shot. Long off the rim. Wouldn't go. He'll get 1 more. Back in the ball game for Taylor is 32, Jacob Trueblood. Taking a breather is number 4, Christian Hall. Second shot, short off the rim. Wouldn't go. Javion Harris. 27-25 Blue Devils by 2. 2:08 left. Grady going to walk it to the timeline. They're crossing the front court. Working left side. Landon Spidell works it on left. Peyton Aller back to Landon. They'll go outside the arc. 3-point shot this time. Opposite side wouldn't go. Just long off the rim. It'll be a steal at half court. Peyton Aller comes up with the basketball. In the front court, Blue Devils. Try to work it down low. Out top with the basketball, Grady Carpenter. Works it left side. Sam Quigley. Quigley through the legs. He'll dribble in. 14-footer. He'll step in. Try a step-in shot in the paint. Wouldn't go. Got his own rebound. In the paint again. Going to try another shot off the glass. Shot going to go. Going to be a tie-up again. It's going to be a jump ball. And the alternate possession arrow going to give it to Tipton. 1:26 on the game clock. Third quarter. 27-25 Blue Devils. Should say Blue Devils by 2. Going to be brought in to the corner. Sam Quigley. He'll dribble it in. He'll take a jump stop in the paint. Looking to get rid of it out top, Grady Carpenter. Working the left side, Grady Carpenter. And shoot 1 floater in the paint. Short shot, about a 12-footer, maybe 10-footer. Good 2-point bucket good for Carpenter. It's 29-25. Blue Devils by 4. Blue Devils going to provide a press, and they'll jump pass out of it. Galloway works it right side. As Drew McClatchy ends up with the basketball, it's going to be a foul whistle on Tipton. And entering the ball game for the Taylor Titans, once again, is number 4, Christian Hall. Taking a breather is 5, Jalen Wooten. Be brought in, left the bucket, Galloway. He'll toss it in, just inside the paint. Gonna float one up, Javion Harris. Shot wouldn't go, rebound, Peyton Aller. To get it back to Grady Carpenter. Carpenter looking for a signal, looking for directions from coach. Working in the front court. With the basketball, 5, Sam Quigley across the center circle. Back to Peyton Aller, 40 seconds left. Working it out top, moving the ball back and forth. Now center circle, back pedal dribble is Sam Quigley being guarded there by Keyshawn Galloway. You're going to dribble in. There's going to be a reach-in foul. Reach-in foul going to be whistled. I believe it was on number 4. Nope, going to be on number 10, Keyshawn Galloway. Sam Quigley hit the deck, and right there was Christian Hall, who's going to help him back up. Blue Devils, the teammates helped him back up. So 28.5 left. Ball brought in full court, in the front court. Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller cross court skip pass deep in the front court. Back to Grady. Grady Carpenter, 18 seconds left. Back to Peyton Aller. Deep in the front court. Christian Hall providing defense out top. 11 seconds left. Through the leg dribble, working the basketball. Grady Carpenter. Grady Carpenter working just outside the paint. He'll float one up, got his own rebound, put it back up, and got the bucket. 2-point bucket. They're not going to get a shot off at the end of the quarter. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, Tipton Blue Devils 31, Taylor Titans 25. And we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by The Shack. Hey, Blue Devil fans, looking for the perfect spot before or after the game? Swing by The Shack, your ultimate game day hangout. They've got something for every team member. Whether you're craving a classic Shack pizza or ready to tackle a Shack stack with single, double, or triple burger patties. And that's not all. They've got your game day staples, such as cold beers, refreshing cocktails, and their loaded spiral potatoes. You can bring your game face, bring your appetite, and your friends for a winning experience at The Shack, located at 311 East Jefferson Street in Tipton. Check them out on Facebook. Stay up to date on specials and events. See you at The Shack. So, going to step in. 8 minutes on the game clock. 4th quarter, going to be brought in. Alternate possession arrow gives it to number 4, Christian Hall. And Taylor, he'll toss it in slightly backcourt. Crossing the timeline, Keyshawn Galloway. Near the center circle, he'll give the ball back to Christian Hall. Stationary dribble, he'll start to play. Work it right side. Want to pass out top. Peyton Aller closes up the passing lane. But work at the Javion Harris. Spin move, Drew McClatchy. And that's come back out, reset the offense. Work it right side, Christian Hall. Christian Hall, back pedal dribble. Work it out top, Keyshawn Galloway. Now Jalen Wooten moves the basketball. Work it out top, Drew McClatchy. He'll dribble in, spin move. It'll be a 10-footer, no foul call. Got the shot away, but going to be picked up on the baseline. Shot when you go for Keyshawn Galloway. Rebounding the basketball was Jalen Wooten. He'll try it again in the front court. Outside the arc. Keyshawn Galloway, cross-court skip pass, Christian Hall. Out top, move the basketball, Drew McClatchy. It's going to be tipped off the foot of McClatchy, going to go out of bounds, and they're going to give it back to Tipton. 7:09 left, going to be brought in. Side court, opposite the scores bench. Brought in, they'll walk it to the timeline, Grady Carpenter. They'll work it left side, well behind the arc, Sam Quigley. Out top, Peyton Aller being guarded there out top by Christian Hall. Now Drew McClatchy going to pick up Grady Carpenter out near the center circle. They'll work it left side. Screens off. They're going to work a 16-footer in the air. Good. Near the free throw line, straight away, Sam Quigley for 2. 33-25. There'll be a timeout called. Timeout called by the Taylor Titans. 6:43 left here in the 4th quarter. Blue Devils 33. Titans 25. We also appreciate sponsorships. We'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Encompass Credit Union. Looking for a financial partner that is as community minded as you are? Welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans or higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. You can join them. Join today and become a financial cooperative that truly cares. With branches in Tipton, Frankfort, Kokomo, they are there to serve our community. Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them at encompasscu.org. They're going to bring the ball in. Opposite the scores bench, slightly in the front court. Javion Harris, Taylor. He'll toss it in. Slightly behind the 10-second line, Javion Harris with the basketball out top. They get the ball back from Keyshawn Galloway. Out top, we're going to Christian Hall. Christian Hall on the dribble. Now Javion Harris. Javion Harris going to step in. He'll kick it back out. Three-point shot in the air. Short off the rim. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by McClatchy. Fight for the board there. Ball came down. High point of the basketball is going to end up off the hands, off the fingertips of Spidell. Going to be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline. Taylor. Back pedal dribble out top. Christian Hall. Works it right side. Now back Jalen Wooten out top. Christian Hall. Outside the arc. Three-point shot good. Javion Harris, right elbow extended. 33-28. Full court pressure being provided by Taylor. It'll be a steal in the backcourt. Shot would go. Keyshawn Galloway. Intimidation. And Grady Carpenter comes down with the basketball. Landon Spidell goes up with a shot at the other end in the paint. He got his shot recycled. The Blue Devils will get the ball back, and they'll bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be brought in by Sam Quigley. Quigley is looking to bring it in left of the bucket. He'll get it in. Grady Carpenter. Short pass. He'll bring it back around. They'll get it out top. Peyton Aller back to Grady. Works it out top. Sam Quigley. Grady Carpenter stationary out near the center line. Being guarded there by Christian Hall. They'll work it left side. Sam Quigley. Quigley on the dribble. Bounce pass. Right side. Peyton Aller being guarded there by Christian Hall. He'll be screened off slightly by Grady. They get the ball left side, dribble in. Sam Quigley now kick it back out. Three-point shot good. Right at the bucket. Number 2, Peyton Aller. 36-28, Blue Devils by 8. 5:10 left on the game clock. Outside the arc. Shot wouldn't go. Short off the mark. Three-point attempt again. That was Javion Harris. Rebound Tipton to the front court. Grady Carpenter to Sam Quigley. They'll bring the ball back out. They'll reset the offense. Peyton Aller. Aller on the dribble. They'll work it out top. Grady Carpenter. Might have got away with the first step. No dribble. No whistle. They'll work it left side. Out top of the basketball. Sam Quigley out into the center circle. Ball's tipped to the backcourt. Quigley can retrieve it. He will. And Javion Harris trying to get the basketball on the floor. They're going to whistle a foul. They're going to whistle this foul on Javion Harris. 4:40 left here in the fourth quarter. 36-28. Javion Harris. Blue Devils by 8. Javion Harris going to stay in the ball game. Going to pick up his fourth foul. That's only the first foul on Taylor here in the fourth quarter. Tipton yet to commit a foul. So going to be brought in left of the scores bench, slightly in the backcourt of Taylor. 3 defenders. They're defending double team on Grady Carpenter for the inbound. They're going to pass it inside in the front court. Sam Quigley will pick up the dribble and work it back out. Peyton Aller. Aller going to get some defense. He'll dribble now. Christian Hall working it back out top. Grady Carpenter works it left side. They'll work it underneath. Landon Spidell. They'll take a jump. They'll get in the paint. You go back up. Get the bucket off the glass. 2-point bucket. Spidell. 38-28. Blue Devils by 10. They're working in the paint. Going to go off the glass. Shot wouldn't go, but he'll shoot 2. Drew McClatchy drew the foul. He'll go to the stripe. They're going to whistle this foul on number 12, Grayson McFalls. McFalls picks up his second foul in the ballgame. Both teams with one foul each here in the fourth quarter. 4:13 left. Drew McClatchy's first shot rimmed around. Revolution the rim would fall. He'll get one more. So Drew McClatchy going to toe it up again. 38-28. Second one wouldn't go. Rebound. Peyton Aller. In the backcourt, he gives to Grady Carpenter. Cross-court pass. Three-quarter court in the backcourt. Grady Carpenter to the front court with the basketball. Sam Quigley. He'll bounce it out top. Grady Carpenter. Loft pass adjacent to Peyton Aller. Now in the center circle. Grady Carpenter. Now double team. Peyton Aller, they're working to the corner. Grayson McFalls alone underneath the bucket. They're going to play defensively. And Javion Harris blocks the shot of Landon Spidell. And it goes out. They're going to call foul on the opposite side court line. They're going to whistle this on Tipton. 21, Landon Spidell. Landon Spidell going to pick up his first foul in the ball game. Entering the ball game for Taylor is going to be number 23, Josh Rangel. Should mention, might have a name difference there. Apologize from the public address before the game. So 23 Rangel is what we have. So Rangel with the dribble. Ball goes out of bounds, tipped on the chest pass, attempted by 23, trying to get it to Christian Hall. And in the ball game for Tipton once again, Landon Spidell. Taking a breather is Quinn Smith. Be brought in the front court by Javion Harris. Christian Hall works on the left side. Drew McClatchy. McClatchy on the dribble. Bounce back out. Going to drive the lane off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by McClatchy, by Christian Hall. Rebound Tipton. Ball's in the front court. Number 2, Peyton Aller. Double team. They'll pass out of it near the center court line. Works it back out. Number 2, Peyton Aller. Trying to play keep away here. 3:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Out top picks up the dribble. Sam Quigley. Works it right side. Peyton Aller. Double team. Working in there. Going to be a long pass. Tall pass. Couldn't find Quigley. Goes out of bounds. Going to belong to Taylor. So Taylor's going to have the possession. They'll bring it in from half court right in front of the scores bench. Javion Harris into Keyshawn Galloway. Picks up the dribble out top. Works the right side. Christian Hall. Back to Galloway. Around the perimeter. Going to dribble around. It's Drew McClatchy. McClatchy's going to take a shot. Thought he was fouled. And I don't disagree. Went the other direction. A block shot to Landon Spidell off the glass. It'll be a foul whistle. So foul whistled for. It's going to be Christian Hall. Christian Hall picks up his second foul in the contest. 2:36 left. He's going to shoot 2. Grady Carpenter on a shooting foul. 38-28. Been there for a bit. Rimmed around. Wouldn't go. Off the backboard, off the rim. Back in the ball game for Taylor is number 5, Jalen Wooten. Taking a breather, getting a high five. Coach and from Christian Hall. And as Grady Carpenter got the second of the 2. They're working back to the front court. Christian Hall, he'll go baseline. Try to spin move. It's going to be a reach in. It's going to be a stolen pass, I should say, on the dribble. Grady Carpenter, but he ends up seated position out of bounds. 2:28. 39-28. Blue Devils by 11. Could be brought in, left the bucket on the baseline. Brought in Keyshawn Galloway. Out top of the circle, Javion Harris. Works to the left side, short off the mark. 3-point attempt. Taken right there by the Taylor Titans. That shot taken by Galloway in the front court, crossing the timeline. On the dribble, Grady Carpenter going to hand off. Peyton Aller. Bounce pass out near the center circle. Sam Quigley. Double team. He'll jump pass out of it. Right side, Peyton Aller. Works it right side, Sam Quigley. 1:58 on the game clock. We're going to back around and crossover dribble into paint. He'll bring it back out. Grayson McFalls back to Sam Quigley. He'll dribble in. He's going to take a shot. Shot off the glass. 2-point bucket. Good. Sam Quigley. 41-28. Crossing the timeline. Blue Devils in front. We're going to do the timeline. Keyshawn Galloway. Galloway took a shot. Got his shot recycled. I believe that might have been Landon Spidell or Grayson McFalls. Rebound in the hands of Taylor. Taylor working the basketball. Corner. 3-point shot. Good. Credit the bucket. Keyshawn Galloway. Right corner baseline for 3. 41-31. 1:18 on the game clock. We're into the front court. Grayson McFalls down low. Long corner pass in the front court. Peyton Aller back to Grady Carpenter. Works to the left side. Sam Quigley. Quigley on the dribble. Stationary dribble being guarded there. In the ball game is number 11, Ben Wincoop. He's a 5'10 sophomore. Out top of the basketball. Stationary dribble. He'll bring it back around. Top of the free throw line. 48 seconds left. Now Peyton Aller going to be a reach around behind and tipped it free as Christian Hall right into the hands of Grayson McFalls. He was in the corner. We're going to back out. They'll have a new set right here. Peyton Aller is going to hold the basketball and absorb. Nope, going to call a timeout. They're going to call a timeout. The Blue Devils called the timeout prior to what could have been a foul, maybe not. But 33.6 left here in the fourth quarter. Tipton 41. And Taylor Titans 31. And then we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention Michelle Garman. Michelle Garman, she's on hand tonight. She's here for comprehensive coverage of Tipton County sports. Check out the Tipton County Tribune. The printed edition is published every Wednesday, but one does not have to wait until Wednesday for sports stories, as well as other stories, including breaking content, is available online at TiptonCountyTribune.com. The Tipton County Tribune is owned by Cherry Road Media. A subscription to the printed edition also includes an online subscription. That's Michelle Garman. You can visit her on X, that's Twitter, the @ Michelle, 2 L's, _Garman, for updates and scores for Tipton County sports teams. So they bring the ball in. Right there at half court. Substitution in the ball game. And then we'll also mention you can find Michelle Garman on Twitter. Find her on Instagram. You can find her by her name, Michelle Garman. And I will mention Tipton County sports teams. Fans are also encouraged to like the Tipton County Tribune page. That's Michelle Garman. She's a good writer. So 33.6 left. We're going to inbound the basketball. They're not going to let the subs check in. They might have missed the 45-second buzzer. So in the front court, it's going to be brought in by Peyton Aller. Tipton. He'll pass it slightly to the backcourt. Grady Carpenter. Will be a mild foul committed there by Drew McClatchy to get the subs back in the ball game. Drew McClatchy's going to take a seat. He has 4 in the ball game. Voluntarily going out. We're going to be brought in again. Peyton Aller. Slightly to the backcourt. Grady Carpenter. Carpenter on the back. He'll go between the legs. Bring it across the timeline. Working against him was Hall. Christian Hall back out. Peyton Aller in the top of out near the center circle. Aller gets the ball back from Grady Carpenter. Back to Quigley. Back out near the center circle. Peyton Aller. Center circle, 8 seconds left. Christian Hall going to guard him at the center circle. And Grady passes it right side. He'll hold the basketball. Peyton Aller will hold the basketball when the game concludes. And we do thank you for tuning in. And I will mention final score. Tipton Blue Devils 41. Taylor Titans 31. And then we'll mention next game for the Blue Devils will be on Friday evening. And they'll play against the Sheridan Blackhawks in the semifinal. That game will start at 6 p.m. And so they're going to cross right there in front of the scores bench. They're gonna little bro hugs and shake hands, a little tapping on the shoulder, and so we hope you'll tune in on Friday, and we thank you for listening. And no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let it go. Keep the fire burning.
Fans, as you're literally like that, please